Paula Roy joining us once again. We've gone with the decor and some of the snacks, and we've changed things around, and we are now looking at Canada Day festivities, but really celebrating the Canadian aspect, products, things that we can find around home.
So one of the best dinner parties I ever had was where it was a potluck and I assigned everybody a province or territory of Canada.
Okay.
And they had to bring a dish that represented that region. And people were super creative doing research on what's grown where, what's produced where, what's harvested. I had lentil salads from Saskatchewan, barley from Alberta, Arctic char, which is what this is from the Chelsea Smokehouse from the north, cheeses from Ontario, which we've got here. So it's really fun if you stop to think about it. You know, PEI, what's the first thing you think of?
Lobster?
Perfect. So a lot of people would say potatoes, but branch out, try the lobster.
I don't know, because I went to PI and everyone, all they ate was lobsters. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Well, that's great. And Nova Scotia blueberry is the first one that springs to mind for me. I'm from Nova Scotia, and you could make a blueberry salad dressing, for example. So just to switch it up a little bit, there's something from every region, and also there's the ethnic foods. You could bring Ukrainian food to represent Manitoba, lots of different things. So what I've crafted here is a really pan-Canadian salad. It's got lots of different parts of the country represented with a few cheats in there. But we're starting with a base of wild rice, so you can assemble it while we talk.
Okay,
so
how much do you want me to put in?
About half a bowl full in there. And wild rice is grown in Manitoba, packed with nutrition. It's gluten-free, really pretty because it's got a lot of different colors going on. People do find it a little bit chewy and heavy, so it's really good to break it up with a lighter grain. So I've cooked up some basmati rice to go with it. You could also throw in some lentils or some barley, again, just for different textures and colors. That looks great. Okay. This is a very free-form salad. Pecans, just because I really love them, you could use another kind of nut. And
what's this one?
That's going to go on top. That's actually something very special. So I'll have you put some of this apple cider dressing on it and just give it a little stir. And again, apple's very Canadian.
That's really nice.
And canola oil, also
how much do you
from
want?
Alberta. A little bit more. Dijon mustard, which gives it that nice bright pop of color. So I always tell people, pour some and give it a stir, and you can always add more. You don't want to puddle in the bottom of your bowl. Now, what I love about this dressing is that because it doesn't have mayonnaise or anything in it, this salad is really good to go for an outdoor party. It's not going to spoil. You do have to be careful with rice. It shouldn't sit out for too long. A lot of people don't know that, but there are spores that love to attach themselves to rice, and it can go bad. So good idea to keep it refrigerated. Then we put on some parsley for a little bit of color, and then our secret magic ingredient, and this is called Kavina nuda, and it's grown out west, and it's also known as rice of the prairies or naked oats. And it's naked because it's an oat that grows without a hull. And I've taken them and popped them in a little bit of canola oil in a pan, just like popcorn. And if you want to just have a couple to taste them, you'll love them. They are so crunchy and delicious, and really the ultimate Canadian food, also gluten-free. And they were developed right here in Ottawa by Agriculture Canada. And just,
I had no idea these existed. These are great.
Fun. And you can get them containers of them at Bulk Barn. They sell them in containers.
And what's it called?
It's called Kavina nuda, or rice of the prairies, and it's just a great homegrown crop and super inexpensive. I cook it all the time instead of rice.
Okay, how do you cook it? So so it's going to come in a small.
It comes in a grain. I should have brought some raw ones to show you. Kind of like a long thing of brown rice. Yeah. And you cook it, rinse it, and cook it in water just like you would a rice. You need to cook it a little bit longer. It's great thrown in soups and all kinds of things.
That's really good.
And then popping it is literally just like popcorn in a pot with a little bit of oil, and you shake it over the heat until you hear it stop popping. Put it in a bowl, put a little salt on it, and now we've got this delicious, delicious salad that really is a taste of Canada.
Am I allowed to go in?
So absolutely.
I've got everything covered right here.
And you can put in other things, celery, you can put in cranberries, which is really nice to make it more Canadian.
These are great. All right, I know that we've gone through a whole list. I know there's some great products here. Can people find more information on your blog?
Absolutely, the recipes are there, and I just want to point out this brand new Bose cheese, because we're all big fans of Bose, and partnership to make this great beer wash cheese. And another picnic tip, I have an ice board under here. Great dollar store find, keeping my food safe.
I didn't even know those existed.
I know, neither did I until last week. Dollar store? I'm going to go and get a whole bunch more.
And make sure you get red and white, not too much Canadiana, because that's a little tacky, so maybe kind of break it up with everything.
That's right.
All right, thank you, Paula.
Happy Canada Day.
Thank you.